Good evening. This is Kip Darling.
And I'm Pepper Fairbanks. Tonight, the topic on everyone's mind is the season finale of Lance and Janice, the longtime soap opera known for its edgy writing and steamy drama, enraged fans when its 10th season ended somewhat abruptly. Dr. N, you're on the air.
Greetings, Pepper. Long-time listener. First-time caller.
Hello, Doctor. And what was your problem with the season finale?
It was a cliffhanger! How annoying is that? Why didn't they just finish the story?
You sound a bit angry. Why the rage?
Because this is just another example of squishy oppression, designed to torment hard-working robots across the universe. The writers on that show should be annihilated!
Thanks, Doctor. Well, you heard him. One enraged fan calling for the execution of the Lance and Janice writing staff.
I wouldn't want to be them. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
I really like how they're just so nonchalant about one of their callers wanting to eliminate a bunch of people. They're like, it's so nonchalant, I swear. And gee, that caller sounded awfully familiar. And she did address him by Dr. N. I wonder who we know goes by that, goes by the first letter of that. I wonder who we know goes by that letter. Well, anyway, never mind about that. So anyway, welcome back to another segment of the Ratchet and Kim Possible Chronicles, another Stitch in Time. Last time, Clank and Rufus were able to make it to the Orvis chamber, only to be intercepted by Lawrence, and he... oh boy. Let's just say it's gonna be quite a big mess. So, well, what will happen with Clank? And what will Ratchet and Kim do to save the day? Guest narrator, you have the mic. Take it away. Thank you. Let's get on with this. Much time later, Kim and Ratchet arrived at the Bernilia sector. Now entering Bernilia sector. Immediately afterwards, Azimuth contacted them. Ratchet, come in. I just picked up on a looping transmission on one of the emergency frequencies. Tell me what you or the girl make of this. He played the transmission to them. It produced a strange noise. I don't believe it. That's a distress call with Clank's signature. Aphelion, can you track the source of that distress call? The origin appears to be Vipedia. Let's head over there now. They made their way towards the planet as fast as they could. Just think, by tonight, your friend will be safe and the clock will be ours. Azimuth, hold on for a moment. We need to... Just then, they were interrupted by Karina, who was just directly in front of them in her ship. Bonjour, Monsieur Lumbax. Huh? Hey, you're one of those Valkyries that tried to kill us a while back. That is right, Mademoiselle. I can see that your kitty is picked up on our signal. What? You sent out that signal? Unbelievable! Yes, and unfortunately, this is as far as you go. You think you are, Birdo? Can we continue with this story? Sorry. Had to get that out. Thank you. Kim was indeed greatly agitated, as was Ratchet. She so won't get away with this. I'll take on the second controls. Yes, let's finish her. You both will pay for what you did to Libra. She was beyond infuriated with them, with them destroying her comrade Libra. They started out with chipping her down the same way that they did with her former. However, this had proven to be more difficult than the last one. Her shield was also not so easy to be brought down. It did not go down the same way that the other one did. However, they did manage to find a way to deactivate it. Kim and Ratchet worked together on shooting her down. The Valkyries under her command made it much more time-consuming to bring her down, but they were able to manage them just fine. Their persistence and teamwork eventually paid off, as they were able to triumph against her in the end.
No! This is impossible! Valkyries! Do not let them reach the Citadel! They must not interfere with the Furious' plan to...
She then let out a devastating scream before her ship blew up, destroying her as well.
We did it, Ratchet! Yes, we did it, Ratchet!
Yeah, we did. Aphelion, give us a status report on Clank's transmission.
The coordinates appear to be accurate, but the signal was weakened by 72.3%. Clank is out there all right, but he's in trouble.
I know that, Kim. Hold on, pal. We're coming. They continued on their way towards Vapedia.
I'm worried about him. I just hope he's okay. Also, I hope that Rufus is okay too.
So do I. I'm worried about both of them. Let's get over there before it's too late. Man, this is a lot to read. They arrived on the planet's surface. The entire area consisted of many floating landscapes. They landed their ship on one of the floating landscapes. When they got out, they saw Azimuth waiting for them. "Ah, good. You both have arrived." Clank's distress call terminated somewhere inside the Citadel. This calls for a classic smash and grab. Oh, I am so there.
This is it, Ratchet. We'll finally be able to reunite with Clank.
I know. I can't wait. Let's do it. They rushed towards the Citadel as fast as they could. As soon as they got near the massive structure, they were immediately assaulted by the Valkyries. The Valkyries! It begins here. They fought against the vicious robot women. As they kept onward towards the Citadel, more and more of those women tenaciously came at them. But the group was able to persist against them, not letting even one of them, or one group of them for that matter, stand in their way. The fight through was a seemingly never-ending cycle of fighting through those vicious women as they came in droves. Soon enough, just before they were about to enter the Citadel, they ran into Cassiopeia. She was atop a floating turret, awaiting their arrival.
Sorry about that. Well, if it isn't the galaxy's favorite Lombaxes and their scrawny red-headed chimp, come to rescue your little friend. Oh no, not another one of you annoying, oversized harpies.
Our quarrel isn't with you, Cassiopeia. Hand over Clank and we'll cause no more trouble.
Cause no more trouble. Karina and Libra are dead thanks to you. That wasn't on us. It was either kill or be killed. So we really didn't have a choice there. They pretty much signed away their own lives. Why, you snarky little... Well, no matter. We've gotten what we need from the caretaker, and now the time has come. Valkyries! Destroy the Lombaxes and the pretty little girl!
Oh, it is so on! Cassiopeia flew off on her hover turret. "They're going to kill Clank! I'm going after her!" Azimuth rushed off after Cassiopeia. "General, wait!" Kim grabbed onto Ratchet by his wrist before he had the chance to rush off.
Ratchet! This way! We have to keep going!
"Yeah, you're right. Let's go." They ran towards the direct path. Everywhere the Valkyries came at them almost indefinitely, attacking them constantly. The entire run-through consisted of this. As they kept going further, they soon ran into the Citadel's training course, where Cassiopeia was awaiting their arrival.
Oh, you poor dears! You wandered into our training course. No organic being has ever survived. Farewell! At least you'll both take solace in the fact that you died together.
She departed from the room. The doors sealed shut and they were locked in. The room itself consisted of shock emitters below the floor that they were standing on. In the center of the room was a machine that dispersed bombs that can easily shatter the floor if they were allowed to blow up. Kim and Ratchet worked frantically and collectively to catch the bombs and toss them back into the machine. Once again, Kim's Centurion armor was really put to good use for this. As they continued on, they could listen in on Cassiopeia conversing with Dr. Nefarious via a transmitter.
"Cassie, what is the status to unnecessarily evil initiative Omega 91?
In motion, my love. Those annoying creatures are trapped in an overly elaborate death scenario designed to torture them to a slow and painful doom."
That's unnecessarily evil, evil initiative Omega 96! I said 91! Does no one read my memos?
Stop yelling at me! Our Merrick says we need to communicate.
That's coming from someone who does nothing but text me while I'm at work! You are smothering me! Now get it done!
Jeez, sounds like they have one rough relationship.
No kidding. I can't tell who to feel sorry for more. They were eventually able to destroy the machine and shut down the shock emitters.
Call that a death trap? I've played lacrosse games more lethal than that.
The second door opened up. They ran through it and continued on through the Citadel. To be expected, they were bombarded by more of the Valkyries. Although from what was heard on the transmitters, the women were not doing very well against the group, including Azimuth. They were pretty much plowing through the lot of them. Shortly afterwards, they ran into yet another overly elaborate death scenario. Cassiopeia had also been waiting for them there as well.
Still alive? Well, let's see how you two survive a silo of deadly nerve toxin.
She departed as they were sealed in. A machine within the center of the room emitted the deadly nerve toxin. On the floor were switches needed to shut off the machine, but they were shifted around the room as the floor consisted of 3 rotating platforms.
Don't forget to hold your breaths.
Kim, we have to clear up this toxin.
Enough said.
Both of them rushed around the room diligently to reach the switches. They persisted without hesitating as they scrambled to shut off the machine. They managed to reach all of the switches.
Unacceptable! They should be smoldering squishy carcasses by now!
Don't treat me like one of your subordinates. I'm not Courtney Gears!
Nag, nag, nag! Change the channel would ya? Will ya? This is why orphans' romances never work out!
They're really going all out on each other.
Tell me about it. Even this toxin is a lot less lethal than they're arguing. The scenario consisted of 3 phases, each one harder than the last. They were eventually able to clear the second death trap. The machine was destroyed and the second door opened for them. They exited out of it. As they rushed through, Azimuth contacted them again. "Ratchet, come in. I've been through 3 buildings and still no sign of Clank. They must have moved him to Cassiopeia's quarters."
"We're tracking her right now. Just hold off the rest of them." "We'll find him, Azimuth. I know we will."
"I'm sorry, you two. I should have known the Valkyries faked that distress call. It was foolish of me to suggest the assault."
"We were all fooled, Azimuth. It happens to the best of us, really."
Kim's right. Besides, right now, all that matters is Clank.
"We won't rest until we've found him. Count on it."
I hate to admit it, but I'm glad that you're here to support us, miss. You have a lot of spirit for a human.
Gee, thanks. Always a pleasure, old-timer.
All right, that's enough patting you on the back, little lady. Now get to it. They severed communications with him.
Jeez, even when he praises me, I still get put down by him.
I know. I don't like how he looks down on you. You never deserve to be treated like that. Not by anyone. At least, I don't believe that you do. She smiled at him. He smiled back. They continued forward. They spent a brief period of time fighting off more of the Valkyries. They soon ran into a room with a glass floor. Oh, man! Of course, Cassiopeia was there awaiting their arrival. You should know by now what that means.
Hello, my pretties. I see.
Yeah, I know. Time for another death trap.
So not the drama. Well, let's see if you consider falling to your doom to be so not the drama, girly.
They were sealed in as the floor below the glass floor opened up. The glass below them began to crack. Robots appeared continuously, threatening to blow up and shatter the glass. However, there were also battery bots running about, as well as outlets for each of the bots. They frantically went around the entire place, tossing each of the battery bots into the outlets. They kept at this until they were able to override the death trap.
Like I said, so not the drama.
These death traps are more annoying than they are terrifying. The next door opened for them. They proceeded further as they fought off more of the Valkyries. Just then, they were approached by Rufus.
Rufus!
Whoa, I didn't expect to see you here, little guy. What's the matter? Where's Clank? Rufus seemed very jittery and babbled a lot as he pointed in another direction.
I think he's trying to tell us where Clank is.
Lead the way, Rufus. Oh, this reading is really a lot of work. He scampered off as they followed him. With the help of the little guy, they were able to find another room. There they stood before Cassiopeia on a rising platform.
Ah, you guys actually made it. To be honest, I'm actually glad you both survived the training course. I wouldn't want to lose such worthy opponents to such cheap machines. That's awfully self-degrading of you to call your own machines cheap.
Speaking of cheap machines, how much is your boyfriend paying you to do his dirty work?
You both have such sharp tongues. Good thing you have each other, because that robot of yours was planning to kick up his metal feet and stay within the great clock forever. What? What do you mean? Oh, didn't you know, girlie? He wants to leave your little friend over there. But don't worry, I'll kill all 3 of you before he even gets the chance.
As soon as they have risen on the highest point of the platform, directly below a stormy sky, a cylinder below Cassiopeia opened up. revealing an unconscious Clank within a glass tube. Clank!
Oh no, Clank!
What did you do to him?
Nothing compared to what I'm about to do with you!
And so the epic fight against Cassiopeia began. She stayed on her floating turret as she fought the duo. The massive woman had shown to be quite irksome with her attacks, as were her insults. However, Kim had a few nasty tricks of her own, all of which came in the form of tossing Rufus towards Cassiopeia. He would mess with her in many different ways. A lot of them involved him crawling all over her and distracting her. It was quite amusing to see her completely lose it whenever he would crawl all around her and taunt her.
Yeah! Get this disgusting bald rat off of me!
Kim found this to be very humorous, as did Ratchet. Way to go, Rufus! They kept at this humorous tactic throughout the fight. It was indeed very helpful, as it was amusing and hilarious. Cassiopeia had shown to be quite vicious during the fight, but Kim and Ratchet had proven to be formidable against her. They were persistent as they chipped down at her constantly. They kept at this until they were able to get her floating turret to malfunction. It flew all over the place and crashed right through the glass tube that was holding Clank, knocking him out of it. She then fell from the sky, as did Clank.
Clank! Clank!
Ratchet jumped off the platform and fell after him. Clank! Wake up! Clank finally came to. Ratchet utilized his hover boots and went for Clank. He managed to grab onto him, and he was soon bouncing off of the structures before they both landed onto one of the floating landscapes. The two of them were then lying on the ground next to each other. They remained there for a good amount of time before conversing for the first time within a whole year. Hello, Ratchet. Hey, pal. How are you doing? Fine. You? Fantastic.
Ratchet! Clank!
Soon enough, Kim was able to catch up to them. She hovered directly in front of them with the use of her hover boots. She held Rufus within the palm of her hands. It is good to see you again, Miss Possible. And you too, Rufus.
Hi! You guys okay?
Yeah, we're fine, Kim. We're just gonna lay here for a while, okay? She smiled at them. She then went over towards them and kneeled down near both of their heads. More so closer to Ratchet's, though. Phew. How much time did I use up? Yeah, that should be enough for now. I shall split this part into 2 videos and continue on with the next one. So, until next time, I will see you again.